welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about domains and functions of a graph. Let me draw one right now, like this. If I plotted points like this was 1, 1, and this was -1, 1, it would be pretty easy to find the domain and range. Domain and range. That's what I meant. Like, if there's arrows in a graph, like, you've learned the differences between, like, line segments, rays, and, just lines, right? Like, line segments or, like, lines that have, like, dots on the ends of them, like, open dots and, like, closed dots, which symbolizes, like, this is the amount you'll be showing. Like, for example, if there's, like, a limited budget, it would be, like, from 0, it would be, like if you had a max of $500, you'd have 0 to 500. But if it's like a ray, that means like only one side is closed or like open, but the other side keeps on going infinitely. That would be like Nvidia's, whatever you say, like the technology company's current stock prices right now. And just normal like lines would be like where there's like arrows on both sides, they both go on infinitely. Anyways, let's skip over this basic stuff. Let's get into this graph. Like, the domain, oh, whoops, wrong. And domain is like, oh, I have to add arrows here, I'm so dumb. Like, the domain is like this, x-axis. It's the x-axis, like, how much it goes. By the way, when you, like, write down the domain, it goes from left to right. For example, if I were to like graph this, if this was like negative like 8 and this was like 9, and I would graph from -8, 9. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned this, sorry, but like when the dots are like closed, when the dots are like completely closed, or like, then you would put like brackets instead of like the normal parentheses, because brackets symbolize like the end of something. So this domain would be -infinity to infinity, because this arrow symbolizes infinite and this also symbolizes infinite, so that means this graph infinitely goes left and also infinitely goes right. So it would result to -infinity to infinity. And the range is like the y-axis. The range would also be like, the range is from bottom to top. So this would be, try guessing it. It works the same way as the previous one. The domain, I mean, sorry. Anyways, it would be -infinity to infinity, because this also goes it goes infinitely down and infinitely up. And yeah, that's the really simple way of finding out what use of them are, of course. Now, if I had to do another graph, like, let's make it a bit more difficult. One, two, three goes on, -1, 2, -2, -3 goes on, 1, 2, 3 goes on, -1, -2, and -3 goes on. You get the idea. If I had like a graph that's looked like this, we get a line. What would be the domain and what would be the range? Right. I'll give you 30 seconds actually. This should be pretty fast. 30 seconds to solve this, starting now. Just skip ahead if you already get it, you know what I mean. 30 seconds does go pretty slow. Anyways, it would be, let's go over it quickly. Like the close dot, this was actually a trick question, in case you didn't get it. It would not be parentheses, it would be brackets, because it closes, oh, wrong. Because it closes off like that. Because there's like a dot, it's a line segment, so it doesn't go on infinitely. Just, I guess that works. Yeah, it goes on infinitely, so let's first find the domain. This lines up with this. So, and this is like the most, this is like the left, the furthest you can go left. So you would put -3, and this is the most you can go right, 2. So -3 and 2. If you wanted to find the range, of course, we go with the lowest one, which would be 1. Don't mind that line. -1, and the highest it would go would be -4. I mean 4. Why am I saying negative? Sorry. Just 1 and 4. So, there we go. 1 and 4, because like this goes with 1 and this goes with 4. Yeah, and that's pretty much how domain and range works. If you have any questions, please tell me in the comments. I love teaching. And that'll be it for today. Thank you and goodbye.